Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today we're going to be discussing something that's pretty unfortunate. If you read this title and you got no idea what I'm talking about, Sandstorm is quitting Brawlhalla, at least probably temporarily. I'm going to link down his tweet below so you can see the direct information that he told us on Twitter. I'm also going to be linking below a video that Boomy made. That's a pretty good video, just kind of explaining a little bit of Sandstorm quitting. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the reason specifically why Sandstorm is quitting, while also be playing Strikeout. If you enjoy this type of stuff, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what your thoughts are on this in general. I think this kind of came out of left field for a lot of people. I think for the pro community, it's kind of understandable, especially with everything going on. And I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of an insight on the real reason he is actually quitting. We're going to be starting with some sub reasons, because there's a lot of reasons, but towards the end of this video, we're going to be going over the exact reasons, okay? And like the most direct things that influence this decision. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first reason that Sandstorm is quitting is the weapon throw meta. Honestly, weapon throws are something pros have discussed being changed and being fixed for over 2 years now, and it's really unfortunate that there's been a lot of solutions that people have talked about, especially on Twitter, but there's been no real actual implementation to any solution in the game. I think there was an experimental feature at one point, but the fact is weapon throws provide too much of an advantage and create a I don't know, like, it's not enough work in order to win neutral. Like, to just weapon throw to get an advantage, it's going to make this game in the long run feel more and more stale. Everyone's going to just weapon throw to engage. And like, sure, some weapon throw combos are very cool, but the fact is meta is slowly turning into more and more weapon throws in neutral. And it's honestly not fun that you can just use a projectile and those projectiles depend on certain weapons. And it's just kind of a mess in general. I'm not gonna like say that any pros are abusing it or whatever, but if you look at in particular people like Snowy, he uses weapon throws a lot. I think he would still be a good player without weapon throws, but I think if you look in his gameplay, you can see how they're abusable. And it's almost like you're not using your brain in neutral. You're just throwing a weapon and then getting some efficient combos. I think the pros are looking towards more of a movement neutral, with a player with better movement and better options is the one that wins. And Sandstorm is some of the best movement in Brawlhalla, so I can completely understand why he is frustrated. The second reason we're going to be going over, weapon spawns. This is another thing pros have talked about for over 2 years now. And there has been little to no changes. There have been very minor changes. Okay, why did we call that one twice? There's been very minor changes to this fix. The first change they made was they made the weapon spawns on maps like Small Warhaven and Demon Island much lower to the platform, which is something. But then maps like Mammoth exist where they're way up high in the sky and you can pick up weapons in disadvantaged state. So the fact is weapons spawning in random positions, very wide variety of positions that are unpredictable, and also at very high distances that allows people in disadvantaged state to easily pick up a weapon. Java uses this really well if you want to watch some of his gameplay, but if you watch him on Mammoth, when he doesn't have a weapon, all he does is jump and run until he gets a weapon, because it spawns up in the air. And the fact that these weapon spawns have been complained about, pros and players have pointed out these issues for years now, at least over a year at the bare minimum, and nothing has been done to fix this, especially in like things like experimental. It's ridiculous at the end of the day, and I can understand being frustrated. Number 3, okay, this is gonna be like 3 or 4 on this list, and this is more of a direct reason: lack of motivation. I've talked to Sandstorm personally, and this dude, when I say he is good, he is good. Like, the dude doesn't need more money. He is not playing Brawlhalla to be making money anymore. He does it because he enjoys it. And the fact is this guy was winning tournaments, and he doesn't enjoy doing it. The current meta right now, that has not changed since like September or something. The last balance patch, oh, this got disconnected. I'm just gonna queue again. The last balance patch was like, I don't know, like close to 8 months ago or 6 or 7 months ago. It's been ridiculous since the meta has actually changed. And Axe has been at the top of the meta for far too long. They tried to nerf it in the last patch. Why did this guy disconnect? And they really didn't. If you look in the last balance patch, it looks like there's a big axe nerf. There is no axe nerf. I don't even notice a difference. And it's the same thing with hammer. They literally gave it a 3-hit true combo if you didn't know that. It was a fake nerf. It was a buff. They literally gave it more options technically. It's just stupid. And the fact that this balance patch didn't do anything to change the meta, they buffed Lance really nicely. I'm proud of them. And they kind of buffed guitars in a weird way, but it's not enough to give people motivation. I made a video a couple months ago saying that Brawlhalla is dying again, and I've made that video twice now. I don't think Brawlhalla is actually dying. I think they're growing. However, I do think Brawlhalla is in need of some movement or big weapon change, like almost like a rebalance, make things interesting, right? I think there's a lot that Brawlhalla can do to make gameplay, especially at a pro level, look more entertaining, and it's really just not healthy to have Teros and Zal be the top of meta and Hammer, especially from new players. Scythe, Gauntlets, I don't even think Lance being at the top of meta is healthy. Like, the weapons that are quick and fun to use and, like, create really high combo gameplay that isn't just a 2-hit, rinse, repeat, high damage. Like, imagine if Bowser was the best character in Smash. Like, think how unhealthy that would be. For the game to be represented by this heavyweight character, like, I'm not saying it's easy to play at a pro level. I'm sure it's difficult to play. And same with, like, Teros and whatnot. Like, to be the best in the world, you still need to be very good. But it's just not healthy for the game for it to represent pro play completely. And the fact that we've been in this meta for far too long is ridiculous. I'm not discrediting Cody Travis's BCX win. I think that dude is an animal, especially on blasters, which is a fun weapon to watch. But the fact that an Axe player just won BCX, Double Axe just won Winter Champs with a Teros and Jala, and I'm pretty confident an Axe Legend, or most of top 8, is going to be Axe or Hammer oriented or centered. Like, we're in a really bad meta right now. Honestly. And it's just not fun. It isn't. So a guy that makes a decision if he wants to compete or not, because he's got that luxury of having enough money and doing it for fun. Like, why would he want to play in something that... Why did I do that? Why does he want to play in something that's not fun at the end of the day? Like, why would he do it? And that's why he's not, right? He's going to do stuff that he finds fun, like anyone else would do in that situation. And if he doesn't enjoy the game and he can survive without actually playing the game, then that's on him. I believe that people should, like, do what they love for work. And if you don't like playing this game, don't play it. And he's made that decision. Sure, the game can change, and that's why he probably isn't quitting for either long or forever. But until some major change is happening, he's basically almost like going on strike at this point. And I completely understand. Does that mean I'm going to go anywhere? No, Lance just got buffed. But I can respect the decision, and I completely understand it. And I know a lot of people who feel this way too. Before Tuesday Winter Champs, I gave Wrench some motivational prep talk, and I think he's in a better place right now, and his friends did too, and I'm very grateful for that. But there's a lot of pros that are really against the current meta, and it can be very frustrating to play in, and I completely understand. And that's also kind of, on the first point, I kind of spoiled it, whatever, point 2 and 1. The lack of meta change. There hasn't been a good balance patch in so long. It's hard to find motivation to do that. So, you know what? It wasn't 3 reasons. It wasn't 4 reasons. It was really 3 reasons. I don't know why I listed it as 4 reasons. But yeah, the lack of a meta change is really the thing that's putting the nail in the coffin for him. He doesn't have fun playing this game because, again, there's been no change. And the fact that optimal gameplay is now weapon throws. I don't know why running to get a weapon is also optimal. And then also Axe and Hammer and just one-hit combos, rinse, repeat. It's just not fun. Like, I myself, I've got game plans for Winter Champs. Like, I've got, you know, things that I think are optimal. And do you know what's optimal right now? You hit a 2-hit combo and then you wait. Like, big strings and stuff like that, like some of the most hyped Sandstorm gameplay in Zero to Death, it's not optimal anymore because it's way too difficult to pull off. The most optimal things in Brawlhalla, honestly, you get an Axe and you hit Sidelight Nair, and then you wait and react. And then you hit some random Tarot Sig, and it's just easy. Because things that are easy to place well, people are going to play. I myself have been playing Axe since early 2020, because that weapon is easy, right? It's just not fun. I get Sandstorm not wanting to play it. This guy's on Terrace right now. I'm side-sigging him because he's a fool. Watch this. I'm going to dash and sig him. Go high. Go high. Okay, you went low. I'm going to insig you. Ah! I'm going to side-sig this fool. Ah! That didn't work. Side-sig. There we go. Let's take this last stock. But yeah, guys, let me know down below what you think of this in general. These are the real reasons Sandstorm is quitting. I don't think one of these things alone would put the nail in the coffin, but all of these combined is just unfortunate. And it's just not fun. I think with the addition of that new experimental feature, that could change things. But it's also going to be a long time before the game is balanced in a way that those changes are not going to create a weapon meta that's one of the craziest metas we've ever seen. Big changes to things like dodges and stuff, and that could be another video, will create a very unique meta around those game mechanic changes. Just like when Dash was introduced, when you introduce a new mechanic, things can change for the better, but for the worse in the short term. And we could definitely see that. When Dash was introduced, Lance was buffed. And it was meta and it was bad. Everyone was on it. So, and that was back in 2017. End of story. Guys, hopefully Sandstorm comes back. Now you guys understand why he's taking a break. Again, check out those links down below for Boomy's video and also Sandstorm's direct response. Hit that like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on for more content. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. Posting 5 days a week. Love you guys so much. Check out Cosolix.com and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Peace.